I'm currently unlocking the campus right now, and it's a safety issue. We come across homeless people, mentally ill, and drug addicts, and we have nothing to protect ourselves and no weapon. I mean, we have no pepper spray or anything, and it's a safety issue for us. And campus police, when I brought to the sergeant's or the chief's attention about the doors being left unlocked and why they don't check them, he told me it wasn't safe for his officers to go around and check because there's only one of them working at night and they don't have backup. But yet they want us to unlock the doors in the morning, and we come across these people. There's incidents where a guy ran up to me and told me that he needed to use my phone because somebody was trying to kill him. I have no training to deal with that kind of stuff. I have nothing to protect me. I see homeless people sleeping around the campus everywhere. We had mentally ill. There was somebody broke the window up inside of the ADSS building, and he sat there with the fire extinguisher. The only reason why the police knew about that is because the fire alarm went off. The windows have been broke inside the ADSS admissions building, and campus police didn't know about it. Maintenance reported it when we came to work on Saturday. They don't like go around and check around the campus because between the hours of 12 and 7, if you look at the incident reports, all of their calls are like on the outside of the campus unless it's somebody that's reported it. Like between 12 and 2, the night custodians are there and they're reporting suspicious people on campus. And then between 6 and 7:30, we're reporting it, the people that we see. I come across buildings that are left unlocked. They don't check them. Elevators. There was an elevator where there was a homeless person living in there, and he left his needle in top of the roof, like sticking out of the top of the elevator. These are just safety issues that concern me because I'm doing it for one, and the custodians aren't trained to deal with that kind of stuff. I mean, I walk up to doors and there's people on the other side of the door. I don't know who it is, and I have to deal with that. They tell me to call campus police, but they don't listen to our radio. We have to call Cal State, report it to them, and then they send somebody out. By that time, no telling what could happen to me. So it's just a safety issue. CSOs are trained for it. They go through the training within 6 months to do it, and they should be the ones unlocking it, but they're switching it around so that custodians are unlocking it and not campus police. I see my time's up. Sorry. So I hope you guys consider it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, we'll bring up Bethany Tasaka.
Hello. Good evening, afternoon, trustees and Chancellor Rodriguez. My name is Bethany Tasaka. I'm here today as the president of the Asian and Pacific Islander Association for our district. I wanted to share some information with you about our upcoming Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. May is the official month. We do sneak in a little bit from April because May is so busy for our colleges. But I wanted to share the events that we have planned for both of our campuses. We're excited to share the rich cultures and histories of Asian and Pacific Islander communities with our students, staff, and faculty. We will have 2 opening ceremonies this year. We couldn't decide on just one. We'll have one on each campus. So May 1st will be the opening ceremony at Valley College, and May 2nd will be one here at Crafton Hills College. Valley College's opening event will be hosting Mayor Helen Tran. We're really excited to be able to work with her, and we're grateful for her time and support. Crafton Hills College's event will feature our very own Dr. Rangel Zarate. He recently completed his dissertation defense, so we're really excited to be able to call him Dr. Zarate. It's very exciting. He's going to share some of his dissertation research on the experiences of Filipino, Filipina, and Filipinx students during COVID. Using his beautiful photo voice exhibit comprised of both photos and student stories. They're very powerful. Actually, you may have noticed them when you were kind of walking the hallways out here. If you didn't get a chance to stop and read from the actual voices of our students, the students took all the photos. They are all the students' words, unfiltered, and it's really powerful to just hear from them, to hear their own experiences. In addition to these events, we've also planned a series of other exciting activities. We'll be hosting a film event to examine the representation and often misrepresentation or caricaturization of Asians and Pacific Islanders in film and media over the years. We have a speaker who will share about Hawaiian epistemology and how to support our Pacific Islander students, a discussion around allyship, a webinar with the State Academic Senate, a celebratory mixer because we have a lot to celebrate these days, and an Island Grad ceremony at the end. We're also excited about that Island Grad ceremony. It's a partnership with a local nonprofit under the leadership of Francine Blacksher. She's amazing. I'd like to formally invite you all to participate in those events. We would love to have you. I will be reaching out to the presidents and to Chancellor Rodriguez if you'd like to be there with us, but all of you are more than welcome. And we would love to see you all there. Additionally, I know I'm running out of time, but additionally, I just want to plug our association will be presenting at APAHI, Asian Pacific Americans in Higher Education Conference in Oakland in 2 weeks. Do a little bit of bragging about our association, our district, and just the work that we've been doing. So thank you so much for your time. Have a good evening.
Thank you. This concludes our public comment. So we will move into our agenda. So I want to note that Trustee Longville and Trustee Williams are absent. Otherwise, all other trustees, no? I said Williams and Longville, right? Did I get that right? Okay, are absent. So otherwise, all trustees are present. So with that, we are on to our approval of the minutes. So I will look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion from Trustee Harrison. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second from Trustee Gonzalez. Any discussion? Hearing none, we will do a roll call vote. So Student Trustee Alexander?
Aye.
Student Trustee Del Rosario?
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Aye.
Trustee Harrison?
Aye.
Trustee Reyes?
Aye.
Trustee Viracel?
Aye.
And Chair votes aye. So we'll go on at this time to our presentations and celebrations. So first up will be our applause cards, and I think that they will be behind us today. As we are, I think. Yes? They're coming. They're en route. While we're waiting for them, I'll just note that we want to thank our Crafton Hills College for the hospitality today. This is a beautiful room, and thank you for setting it up for us. So with that, applause. All right, next on to celebrations, we have our Crafton Hills College and San Bernardino Valley College Honors Program update. And for that, I will toss it to our Chancellor.
Thank you, Chair Houston. You know, one of our, or a couple, I should say, of our signature programs are the honors programs at each of our institutions. And with us today, we have the faculty members that really spearhead that program for our students, providing them some amazing opportunities, leadership, and guidance. And so we're thrilled to have you both here today to talk about some of the highlights that is happening and all of the successes of our students. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. And good afternoon to everybody, and welcome to the beautiful Crafton Hills College campus. It's fun to have you here on my home base. We want to make sure that you know that your dollars are being well spent. So Ed Gomez, my partner in crime at Valley College, and I are going to share some of the things that are going on in our programs. I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about the conference that we just attended with our students, the Honors Transfer Council of California Conference, HTCC, at UC Irvine. Both of us, and Ed will talk about his students, I'll talk about mine. You saw some of our posters on display in the hall, and I hope you take a minute to look at those. They're amazing. Our students are incredible in what they're able to do. Crafton had 5 poster presentations, and miracle of miracles, 3 of them won prizes out of 6 total prizes given at the conference. And in all humility, I have to say, since I've been coordinator, this is the first time we've won poster prizes. But to win 3 at once was just incredible. We also had 4 oral presentations, and we took 7 moderators with us. And the moderators were first-year students who've never been to a conference like that, and were able to run each of the sessions. Every one of them came home saying they wanted to participate as a researcher next year. So that was a fabulous experience. Coming up a week from tomorrow, actually, we have our own research conference here on campus where students can present some of the research that they've done in their honors classes this semester. So we have 6 posters for that, 6 oral presentations, and we have a student panel discussing the pros and cons of the honors program. Should be interesting. Please come. It will be in the room next door Friday next week at 12 o'clock. It'll take about 3 hours. And then finally, coming up on May 5th, we're doing our graduation luncheon. I wore our swag that our students get. We will be presenting these stoles to the students who have completed the requirements for the program. We'll be giving out 3 endowed scholarships that we have for our honors program that this year totaled $7,300. We have 13 students who will be receiving the Honors Research Fellow Award, which is this patch. They earn that by accumulating a certain number of research points. And then we have 4 honor students and 4 non-honor students receiving this, our Presidential Volunteer Service Award, which is a national program that the honors program has become a certifying organization for. So, and students have to volunteer at least 100 hours in a 12-month period to earn that award. So lots of good things going on at Crafton, and I'll turn the time over to Ed.
Judy. Thank you this evening. I'm trying to catch up with Judy, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. Thank you, Judy, for all your guidance. I appreciate you. I also want to say thank you to Dr. Humble, who has been extremely helpful at Valley College, getting our resources, getting the facilities we need, and helping in any way possible. And to several of our deans who've been outstanding, Dean Coda has been outstanding in helping us with stuff. Dean Hector has been outstanding. And then we had one of our deans go with us to the conference that really wasn't even a part of the program, but just wanted to show support. So as you just heard from my counterpart, we had people attending. We had 10 people attend and give presentations. We had 5 moderators, and we had administrators and faculty. We had about 6 faculty also that went. So it was really a wonderful day. I don't know if you've seen the pictures. If not, you can just send me an email. I'll send you the ones we have of the group. But it was fascinating. So we're glad to see that. And we're going to continue to try to catch up with the Crafton people and win some awards next year. So our program has grown. When I first came to you, we had basically 0 people. We now have over 80. So I wanted 100, so I'm a little disappointed, but I'm going for 125 in the fall then. So I'm going to up the fall that we're going to do that. So we're working on that. We did have our opening of our new Honors Lounge. I know you had one. We didn't have one. And we had a guest there. One of the trustees came. Thank you, Trustee Gonzalez, for coming out. He also presented me with a stack of thank yous and welcomes and kind of congratulations to those who have been accepted to the HTCC. And I passed those out to those students, and they were touched by it. Thank you very much for that. And finally, we're having a couple events that we'd love to invite you to. One of them is similar to what we just heard there. We don't have a dinner like that kind of dinner. We have what's called a signing event. If you've ever seen how the football players and the baseball players, basketball players, they sit out and then they call them up and they tell them what college they're going to. That's kind of what we do. We give them a sweatshirt from the college that they're going to be attending. We give them a big plaque to put their diploma in, and then we give them a couple of the swag items to just kind of congratulate them. They're welcome to bring their family, and we invite all of the honors students who are yet to come to watch and see and be a part of that so that they can see what's coming for them. That'll be on the 3rd of May at 6:30 p.m. The 3rd of May at 6:30 p.m. in Business 100. And then we have our honors mini conference. We've been doing that for years. We call it the mini conference. Normally it's just been history and anthro, but since I've now taken the lead, I have to say lead, the lead, because if I say director, I get in trouble. The lead of the faculty on that. We're going to have everybody join us. So we're not sure how many that's going to be, but it's going to be a wonderful day. It'll be in May 10th. It'll be in the library viewing room. Currently, we have it booked from noon till 5-ish, but if we have to back into 11 and 10 because we have all kinds of people presenting, that'd be a great problem to have. So thank you again for all of your support, board, and all the district employees who helped us with that. I just want to let you know it's moving along and we're very happy. So have a good evening. Thank you.
Okay. With that, I guess we're not going to entertain questions unless, do we have any questions from any of the trustees with regard to the honors program update?
Just make sure they give us the.
Dates? Right. So we'll make sure we get those dates from you and get those so we can start to reserve our calendars as well. All right. So we will now move into our action agenda. So the first item on our action agenda would be final approval of the board policies as presented.
So moved.
Can I make a
Let's do
motion to approve something? I have the information, or do I do it after?
these we will take individually, these first action items when we get, so we'll be able to discuss those
Okay.
individually. So the first one is the board policies. I heard a motion from trustee Gonzalez. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from trustee Virsel. Now discussion on the board policies. Okay, hearing none, we'll conduct a roll call vote, starting with student trustee Alexander,
Aye.
student trustee Del Rosario,
Aye.
trustee Gonzalez,
Aye.
trustee Harrison,
Aye.
trustee Reyes,
Aye.
trustee Virsel,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. So moving on to award of RFP number CC 023626-22 and contract with Rosenbauer, Minnesota, LLC of Wyoming, Minnesota, and approval of lease agreement with San Bernardino Regional Emergency Training Center, JPA. So I'll look for a motion on that.
So moved.
So we have a motion from trustee Harrison. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from trustee Gonzalez. Any discussion?
Yes, I like discussion. Or
Discussion, comment?
You know, I feel bad that I have not really looked at these.
Your mic.
What was on? These contracts more closely. I know that member Williams and I had some concerns in regards to how they are being approved. We need to pay more attention to who we award these, because to me, I've always said that when we give a big contract to any contractor, we need to make sure that, again, I go back and I say we have to reflect what we have to do in our community. And if we don't, then we're doing something that we shouldn't be doing. I'm not questioning, the company. I'm just saying that that's the process that in the future I like to follow, because, and I'm guilty of that in regards of not following that.
Sure, and I could give you some specifics on this particular one. So as I think most of the trustees are aware, that the San Bernardino Community College District is a partner agency in the Joint Powers Authority of the San Bernardino Regional Emergency Training Center, which is the footprint that we have at the airport, the San Bernardino Airport. And with that, we run the Airport Firefighter Training Program. So this is a program that is for incumbents, so firefighters that are in the workforce, and it's a requirement that they update, upgrade. It's like continuing education unit every 2 years to ensure that they are up to standards with relation to airport firefighting specifically. It's an FAA requirement that that happens. And so there are very few facilities across the country. The facility that we have is a wonderful partnership between the County of San Bernardino and the San Bernardino Community College District and the County Fire District. So with that, this particular item is for the purchase of an apparatus for that training center. And so this is through the partnership that we have. And this particular company is the company that makes the apparatus. So it's a very specialized piece of equipment. So we've gone through the RFP process for that. So that's this particular item. So it's in support of the ARC Center at the San Bernardino Regional Emergency Training Center. So Trustee Harrison?
Having sat on the JPA for many years, it is difficult to find contractors for this particular kind of equipment. It's very highly specialized, and so it's not something that we're going to find locally. And sometimes there's only one company, or maybe two, if we're lucky, out throughout the United States. So I don't have any problem. I saw this, and as having sat on that board, I know what the difficulty is in trying to find a contractor to provide the equipment for us and the training.
And with
And
that,
it's nice that it's the people who manufacture it. I mean, then they know exactly what their equipment is capable of, and it makes for good training for our firefighters. So.
And again,
Yes,
I'm
Trustee
not
Reyes.
questioning I just think I was part of the organization that brought the $16 million for the airport. And we worked together with the county and the city. And so my concern is that, we need to make sure that we hire the right people, but at the same time, those individuals need to understand that for us, we need to make sure that we reflect the composition of the community. And that's the reason why we got the $15 million, is because at that time I pushed with Congressman Jerry Lewis to do it was a Hispanic serving institution. So never forget that. I'm always going to be very vocal about making sure that we get those funds, not saying that we shouldn't hire people like that, but I think that that's the reason why we got the first $15 million to build the facility at the Norton Air Force Base. So just keep that in mind. I mean, I'm not questioning whether these individuals are qualified. I think that it's really good to be able to move forward, but those individuals need
It's
to
just a
understand.
highly specialized kind of equipment. And so, and we have voiced up and down this board of trustees that we want to use as many local vendors as possible. But when there isn't a local vendor and it's a highly specialized, we don't have many choices. So I'm glad that we had somebody who has long experience in that equipment, because it's absolutely essential that the training be good and that we've trained our local firefighters well. So do we have a motion and a second, don't we?
We have a motion and a second. We're in discussion right now. And any other discussion? I think on the just to add one more piece to this, the manufacturing of this particular apparatus is going to be on what, the 18 to 24 month, Dr. Haran?
Yes, there's a 12-month lead time from the time that we provide the approved purchase order to the manufacturer. And I'll just add to the discussion that of the bids that we received, none of the manufacturers are located in California. They are all located out of state because, as Trustee Harrison stated, this very highly specialized equipment.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, we will conduct a roll call vote. So Student Trustee Alexander,
For?
Student Trustee Del Rosario,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez,
Aye.
Trustee Harrison,
Aye.
Trustee Reyes,
Aye.
Trustee Vericel, and Chair votes aye. So on to agenda item student trustee privileges. Look for a motion.
Move for approval.
A motion
Second.
and a second from Trustee Vericel. Okay, any discussion?
I'd like to say something.
Yes.
It's interesting that this board allows that, because we were discussing this amongst a lot of the trustees through the state, and it's actually something that a lot of them, the boards don't honor and stuff like that. And I know there's some legislation that the assembly is trying to pass as well to try to make it so that all board student trustees get the option to make an advisory vote. So I'd like to show my appreciation for this board of doing that for our student trustees.
Robert, remember what I say, that our college district is a visionary. So
Definitely.
we're ahead.
Yes.
Always keep that in mind, and you do a good job representing us.
We used to only allow $50. So we've done
Use your mic.
our share at least.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'd also like to say my appreciation as well
thank you.
for being here and being able to participate. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right. With that, we'll move to a roll call vote. And our student trustees go first with trustee Alexander,
Aye.
student trustee Del Rosario,
Aye.
trustee Gonzalez,
Aye.
trustee Harrison,
Aye.
trustee Reyes,
Aye.
trustee Barisel,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. Moving on to the 2023 CCCT board election. So I will look for, now this is where it gets really complicated.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We are needing a motion with 9 candidates. So we have 16 on the slate.
I'm trying to find.
And so
Where is that listed? I'm sorry. Is it
It's
listed
on
here? What page is that?
page 83.
Thank you.
and trustee Barisel has a motion.
I do. I have a motion that we put forth on our vote, all of the incumbents plus 2 additional candidates, and they are my former student, Deanna Olivares Lambert from Chaffey, and also Hortensia Armendariz from Imperial.
Okay, so for the trustees, on your agenda item, the incumbents are indicated with an asterisk. And the 2 additional, so there are 7, and there are 2 additional nominees from our district would be Deanna, number 7 on there from Chaffey, and Hortensia from Imperial. So that's the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Now we'll entertain discussion.
I was saying, Madam Chair, that I would like to, is Jonathan Amudo from Santa Barbara Community College, is he one, he's not an incumbent, one that would be included in terms of if we went with this?
The motion as it stands right now does not include
Okay,
Jonathan.
I would like to include him.
Okay. Any other discussion?
How many do we need more?
9, we don't need any more. The
Okay.
motion is for the 7 incumbents
Could you-
and the 2
could you-
additional.
Could you
Read
read
the
off
names?
the 9
Yes.
then, please?
So so they're numbered, I think, on your thing. So number 1,
Yes.
Barry Snell. Number 3, Lauren Steck. Number 4, Suzanne Lee Chan. Number 5, Marissa Perez. Number 7, Deanna Olivares Lambert.
I could like her too.
Number 8, Barbara Dunsheath. Number 10, Hortensia Almendarez. Number 12, Carmen Ramirez. And number 15, Andrea Hoffman. That's the motion that we're discussing right now. So that's what we have in terms of the motion. So the discussion has included to switch out one of those for number, number 9, Jonathan
Yes.
Abode. So would the maker of the motion entertain any swaps, or we will just continue with discussion and
I'd
Call
just
for the
like
question.
to add to my earlier comments about Deanna not just being brilliant because she was my student,
She's a wonderful.
but that she is from Chaffey, and Chaffey is
She's
local,
good.
and the Inland Empire is important to have involved. In addition, the representative from Imperial is a rural college, and having a rural college, which Crafton is sometimes considered to be, I believe would be in our best interest in terms of representing what we stand for.
any other discussion?
So are we switching out?
No, the motion is the motion. The
Okay.
discussion is,
All right.
So if let's say, for example, the one that I'm recommending now, Deanna is also very good.
Mhm.
If they're not part of that, I'm not going to vote for this. Is that?
that's your,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
that's correct.
So then we'd have to put a new motion.
A new
in.
motion, right, but we'll have to take
With a
action on
different
this.
If that motion
list
fails.
of people.
We'll take action on this motion. If this motion passes, then it passes. If it doesn't, then we'll start over with a new motion.
Okay.
No.
Is there still room for discussion?
Still room for discussion?
Almost everybody that you mentioned, I had put a little red dot on, with the exception of Michael Rivas from Antelope Valley. And
That's
the
not
only
in it.
reason that I looked at Antelope Valley is to give more diversity of area for this board. That's the only reason. Antelope Valley is a small community college area, and I would like to have seen some representation from that area for that board. That's the only reason. I don't have any knowledge of the others, other than I did read their resumes. Everybody is highly qualified, and that's not the issue. I was looking at regional representation. I was looking at where the majority of our students come from, which is Southern California, and I was looking at diversity as far as the people on the board. So that's
Okay.
so if we're going to, so we have to vote down this motion in order to add somebody and delete somebody.
We can still continue to discuss until we come up with a slate that we like without taking to board. If there's someone you'd like to remove, which is an incumbent, who's an incumbent, that can be considered in the vote.
So we have two recommendations to have additions. So Jonathan, so number 9, Jonathan About, and number 14, Michael Rivas.
I guess.
Rivas. So with that, the two recommendations that are not incumbents, it doesn't sound like anyone, it sounds like in general, I haven't heard a discussion around any of that. Is there a recommendation to swap out or a discussion around swapping out that the maker of the motion might consider? Do you want to swap out any of the incumbents is the question, those that have made recommendations for the additional consideration?
Of the incumbents that are on there, I personally serve with Andra Hoffman on the California
good.
Community College's Women's Caucus and know her to be an excellent leader and very involved and dedicated. So I would like to, however we consider this, have her included.
Agree with that. She's excellent.
Yes, she is excellent.
It's tough to vote on this, but
Okay, so I'm not hearing any other motions, or not motions, but any other recommendations for consideration regarding the maker of the motion, changing the motion. So with that,
I mean, so the motion is.
can the person withdraw their motion completely? Would you like to withdraw your motion and simply have discussion? We are allowed, because we are taking nominations, correct?
Yes.
We are, it's, go ahead.
Stacy and I were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do nominations from the field.
Right.
From the dais, and remember, you don't need a second for that. That's just throwing a name out.
Right.
And then you can talk through that, and then when the motion is finally made, it would be for everyone that you've all kind of already nominated.
Okay, then I'd like to withdraw my original motion. And can the seconder of that motion withdraw their seconding?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got a mulligan,
Okay.
and we're going to start over again. So who can we agree on? Let's have some discussion about who we know for sure we want to move forward.
I'd like to move forward Deanna Oliveras Lambert, Hortensia Armendares, and Andra Hoffman.
Okay, those three.
and I'd like to nominate Deanna Oliveras, Jonathan, and then definitely Andrea Hoffman.
Okay, so we've added now Jonathan. We've got 4. Any other?
I'd like to recommend Michael Reeves from Antelope Valley. Hortensia Armendares has already been, yeah. Okay.
Yes. We've got 5. We're looking for 4 more.
4 more.
Well, I'll put forward, I'm sorry, the Barry Snell from Santa Monica Community College District. We need 3 more.
3 more.
Mm-hmm.
Did we do Carmen Ramirez from Merced?
We did not. So Carmen Ramirez, I'm hearing. 2 more.
We already have Andrea Hoffman, right?
Yeah.
We do.
Okay.
Suzanne Lee Chan.
And we have Dina Olivares Lambert.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
Okay.
That's the one.
Number 4, Suzanne Lee Chan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can we also add Marissa Perez from Cerritos?
And Marissa Perez.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. So let's take a look at this one now. Ready? Number 1, I'm going to just say the numbers. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Does that work for you? Number 1, number 4, number 5, number 7, number 9, number 10, number 12, number 14, and number 15 is what we've all discussed.
Yeah.
With that, I would look for a motion.
So moved.
I second.
We have a motion from trustee Harrison and a second from trustee Reyes. Any discussion about this slate of 9 candidates? Hearing none, we're going to go to a roll call vote. Student trustee Alexander.
Abstain.
Student trustee Del Rosario.
Abstain.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Aye.
Trustee Harrison.
Aye.
Trustee Reyes.
Aye.
Trustee Vericel.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you.
That was easy.
Well, I probably messed it up from the beginning, but we got back calibrated, so we're okay. So on to the next agenda action item, which is resolution number 2023-0413 FP01, acquisition of real property identified as unimproved property on South I Street and at 878 Hazel Avenue, San Bernardino, California. So I will look for a motion.
So moved.
Motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
And a second by trustee Vericel. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote. Student trustee Alexander.
Aye.
Student trustee Del Rosario.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Aye.
Trustee Harrison.
Aye.
Trustee Reyes.
Aye.
Trustee Vericel.
Aye, and I'd love to be a student
I know,
trustee.
right? And chair votes aye.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Okay, and this is our final action item, which is Resolution 2023-0413 BOT 01, declaring April as California Community College Engagement and Persistence Month. I'd like to have a motion for that.
So moved.
We have a motion from trustee Vericel. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from trustee Harrison. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote. Student trustee Alexander.
Aye.
Student trustee Del Rosario.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Aye.
Trustee Harrison.
Aye.
Trustee Reyes.
Aye.
Trustee Vericel.
Aye.
And chair votes aye. All right, those are our action items for tonight. Next, we'll be moving on to the consent agenda. So this is expected to be routine and non-controversial and will be acted on by the board at one time without discussion. Any member of the board who would like to request that an item be removed from this section or staff can do so. So with that, I will look for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
And a second by trustee Reyes. All right. With that, roll call vote. Student trustee Alexander.
Aye.
Student trustee Del Rosario.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Aye.
Trustee Harrison.
Aye.
Trustee Reyes.
Aye.
Trustee Vericel.
Aye.
And chair votes aye. So with that, we are moving on to our reports. So I've got paper and computer, so I'm toggling back and forth. So with reports, our first is our board finance committee report, and that is our chair of that group, Trustee Gonzalez.
Thank you, Dr. Houston. The Board Finance Committee members received a presentation on the district's new FTES dashboard, which was fantastic, by the way. It's a really cutting-edge tool that's going to allow users to access real-time FTES and student headcount data, which was really amazing to see. The information, which matches state reporting requirements, is available by district, college, year, and term, allowing for granular analysis of trends year over year. It was developed in-house by our institutional effectiveness team based on input and feedback from throughout the district, and a live version is anticipated to be launched at next week's district-wide enrollment management subcommittee meeting. And as you will see in this month's board packet, there's a newly developed report which summarizes the Board Finance Committee activity for the past quarter. This report was requested by the committee and will now be ongoing quarterly. And it's on 406 if you haven't seen it in the agenda packet yet. And then just because I happen to have a microphone right now, I want to commend Rania Hamdi from San Bernardino Valley College and Kashonda Harris from Crafton Hills College and all of the faculty who participated in the Great Teachers Experience that was held a couple of weeks ago at A.K. Smiley Public Library. Thank you. That's my report.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions about the report? Okay, moving on then to our board legislative committee, and that is chaired by Trustee Reyes.
Thank you so much. I just want to also give a brief report in regards to the excellent meeting we had earlier the legislative. We talked about something that's really impacting our students, which is the affordable student housing and basic needs. And one of those bills that is being processed or being considered is AB 358, authored by the Assemblyman Adias. If passed, this would allow to expedite approval of the process to build affordable student housing at the community college campuses. And as you know, I didn't realize how great impact this has, but our students are really suffering a lot. And it is so good to know that we do have some elected officials that are very sympathetic, especially for community colleges, because community colleges were not being considered in terms of housing, but it is. Also, furthermore, that we are very fortunate to have 5 students that are going to be traveling with me and with the chair and Longville to advocate for additional funding for Hispanic serving institutions throughout the country. We'll be meeting with high-level officials, including 4 to 5 cabinet, presidential cabinet individuals. So we're going to be asking them for their support when it comes to funding for the various programs. We belong to an overall organization called HACU, Hispanic Associates College Universities, and that is our driving force, just like it is for the historically Black colleges. And as all of you know, the historically Black colleges are doing well because they're advocating quite a bit, including Vice President Harris. I plan to meet with her as a group and request the same thing, because our students actually that come to Hispanic serving institutions are broader in a sense of more representation. We don't only represent Hispanic, we represent everybody that goes to that college and that university. So we have a stronger case. And I'm adamant about as well that. So I'd love to meet with the president. We have met with the president when he was a senator, so he's familiar with this. So we're going to take some students, and I want to thank Robert for taking the lead and 5 other students. Let me see, what else do we need to... And of course, this is done in prioritizing what the board elected to do, which is to prioritize events and committees that are going to be advocating for that. I want to make sure that I include everything. And I also want to thank Angel for bringing in a cause that is going to be really important in terms of California Fresh. That in itself, we're going to host it, I think, here at Crafton Hills College, and that's for students that need to have more opportunities to obtain food, because if someone is hungry, you're not going to be able to study. So I want to thank Angel for taking the lead, and he is part of the commission at the state level, so he is truly a leader as well. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to having our results in Washington, D.C. So that concludes my report.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Trustee Reyes? Okay, moving on to our regional and state reports. We'll go to Trustee Vericel for Women's Caucus.
No report.
Okay. And then for me, for our Joint Powers Authority, which is our San Bernardino Regional Emergency Training Center. So I want to thank the board for the approval of the action item with regard to the RFP associated with the apparatus. Is very needed. As Trustee Reyes mentioned, he was part of the original planning and the investment that was made in our region in that training center, and that investment was made well over 20 years ago, and we have realized some amazing success through that training center. So as we move forward and we're planning for the future, the apparatus and the future of the training center is also one of our priorities in terms of regional workforce and economic development and support of this global footprint that we have in this community through that airport. So thank you for that. And we're moving forward within the JPA to continue those types of improvements. So
Can I make just a quick, because this is so important in
Sure.
regards. I know you're still part of that committee. Am I correct?
I am,
And
my chair.
It's wonderful. So, I think that what we need to do is to capitalize on the opportunities. The county of San Bernardino was an original partner, and they need to step up to the plate and request. I'm going to request that we meet with the chair of the board, and I've had conversations. He's very willing to do that, because remember, right now the number one priority throughout the state is when you see a fire, our first responders are the ones that really help us out. So this is a golden opportunity for us to request funding from them as well. Maybe get a couple of $1 million or something like that, because $1 million is really not that much for what we're doing. So, just so that we can follow through. And I want to thank you for taking the lead, because I've been doing that for a long time, and I'm glad you're doing a good job, even though now the equipment is old and so forth. So we need to get that money to request.
Thank you for that. And then I just wanted to let y'all know that I also serve on the advisory board for the Inland Center for Sustainable Development through a partnership with the University of California, Riverside. And so next week, I have an opportunity to present at their next Rendo Lewis Seminar Series event, and the title is Education as a Regional Driver of the Ecosystem. And it really is about addressing the critical needs of job quality, environmental sustainability, and inclusive growth, that triple bottom line that we talk about in the state of California, and really specific to the high road strategies that we're engaging in across the region. So very excited to be part of that event coming up next week. So I wanted to let you all know that was happening. So with that, we are going to move on to the Chancellor's report.
Thank you, Chair Houston. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Haran and his team for hosting us for the better part of today. So thank you. We appreciate it. And I'm happy to share some exciting updates that happened. Firstly, for this summer only, all students within our district, within SBCCD, will be offered free tuition in this summer, in addition to free textbook rentals through Books Plus. And we'll continue to offer Books Plus program through the next academic year. So we're excited about that. Send everyone you know to us. This is, one of the ways that our district, really one of the many ways that our district really tries to make college affordable for our students. We know that the number one reason why students say they can't come to college is because they can't afford it. And we're trying to break down that barrier so that more and more students in our communities can benefit from our institutions. Secondly, I'm pleased to let everyone know that our Economic Development and Corporate Training Unit, EDCT, was recently awarded a total of $12 million from the California Workforce Development Board, $12 million. So congratulations. So these funds are going to be used to develop training programs in a variety of areas such as water, health, logistics, trucking, and energy utility line clearance. We understand the importance of building a high quality local workforce. And with these dollars, it's going to help us do just that. And this $12 million comes on top of two other grants that EdCT has recently received. They were awarded an $8 million High Road Training Partnership Grant and a $4 million High Road Construction Career Grant. And so again, I'd like to applaud our team at EdCT under the leadership of Dr. Noemi Renales for taking the lead and really pursuing these opportunities. So thank you, Dr. Renales. Thank you. Trustee Reyes already spoke a bit about us hosting the California Student Aid Commission for a roundtable discussion focused on combating student hunger. And again, that's on April 21st. We're excited to host individuals from the state, from the federal, and from the local level to really talk about how can we, if not eliminate, reduce the barrier of hunger for our students. As I travel up and down the state telling folks that students do not learn when they are hungry. Faculty cannot teach students who are hungry. So we need to put some effort towards this and come out with some real outcomes. And we're hoping that this isn't a one and done meeting. We're hoping that we can continue the conversation and the dialogue, at least in the Inland Empire, and promote a ripple effect throughout the state. So I'm excited about it. If you haven't guessed, I'm passionate about the topic. So looking forward to the conversations. And then lastly, I want to publicly congratulate Chairwoman Villabuena from the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians for being awarded the 2022 Bernard Osher Philanthropist. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Philanthropist, thank you, of the year. My tongue just couldn't go there, of the year. From the Foundation for the California Community Colleges. Earlier today, it was absolutely, my pleasure and an honor to be asked to speak about the partnership that this district has with the tribe and all of the benefits that our students have been afforded due to their generosity. So when you see the members of San Manuel Band of Mission Indians, please thank them for what they do for our students. And then finally, I'd like to close my remarks in memory of Maddie Scully, a longtime music instructor at San Bernardino Valley College, who recently passed away. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Okay. Any questions for the Chancellor on the report? Okay.
No, but just a comment, just
Sure.
a quick comment. I want to thank the Chancellor and I want to thank Dr. Renales also. We were in a very bad position with San Manuel in regards to the previous leaders. And thanks to their leadership, they were able to talk to the leaders. And as a result, Diana is a movie star because she came out on a movie. And so is Dr. Renales. And the relationship is going to pay off because now they're willing to give us more opportunities, more funding for especially KVCR. So, and it was through the leadership of Dr. Renales and Diana. So I want to thank them because you need to see the video. We saw it at the legislative session and it was very well done.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, we're moving on to our representative groups and the reports. And so I want to thank, well, come on up. No, come. I wanted to thank you first for the written report. It's beautiful. Thank you for that. So come on up, Davina. And this is our San Bernardino Valley College Academic Senate.
So thank you for your time as always. I will say that I just trust that everything written is read within the 14 report tonight, which I will not obviously read through. I do want to specifically call out and thank the board and all of the team involved in bringing the Collegiality in Action meeting to this campus actually, but for the entire district on Tuesday. I think the important piece I would like to highlight is what we've taken away from that is it was a first step conversation. It was an informational piece, and then looking at how do we now operationalize that. Not that we're not operationalizing, let me make that clear, but how do we then take that, that refresher, that reminder, that new information for some, and look at our processes, and is there room for improvement and adjustment, and or are what we're doing is working okay. So really looking forward to those continual conversations. I'll let you read that part. I highlighted what I wanted to make sure I really went over. The other point that I wanted to really point out was we did, Academic Senate at Valley did support the Educational Master Plan. So keeping us on time, I think, for the goal of May. So excited to see that go through. Also, I'll give you an update next month in the written more detailed about the CVC online teaching, the teaching college for the onboarding process, but it's going really, really well. And again, just calling out all of the members that are working so hard on that. And we're in late stages of testing with a possibility of being on track to have students participate in the exchange for summer and for fall registration. We have been made very aware that Reddit is a source of news for students. And when the word gets out about, one, our summer opportunity, and two, the policy for non-resident students, that if there's 6 units or less, and how that impacts fees and they don't get those non-residence fees, is a huge opening of access for students. And they're just saying, be careful, like you might get a lot of students. So we'll see. I'm hoping to report that down the road. The other piece that I just want to put a little bit of language to is on the item of budget committees. I'm not telling any stories. I'm just sharing conversation that is happening in both local and at the district level, at the advisory committee level, of really looking at how do we move from a space of just report out and faculty and staff and those who are there just hearing what the budget is, but making opportunity for advisement and input from the working perspective, the everyday perspective, that in the classroom with enrollment, with training, with all the things that impact budget, how can we do that? Course scheduling, et cetera. So really looking for opportunity there. And with that, I just invite you to read the rest of the report. And I want to do also a call out to Maddie Scully. There's comments in here as faculty highlights. It's going to go off. The faculty highlight piece is in here on the music department, but I really want to just take a moment and say that none of that would be possible, one, without the work of our current chair, Margaret Worsley, but really the waymaker, which was Maddie Scully. So may she rest in peace. And we look forward to honoring her on campus in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to San Bernardino Valley College Classified Senate. Looks like maybe no report. And San Bernardino Valley College Associated Students. We do have some incredible photos. Okay, good. It's like we have some great photos.
Hello, good evening, everyone. It's great to be here at our beautiful sister school. My name is Nalva Ruiz Martinez. I'm the San Bernardino Valley College Associated Student Government President. The Associated Student Government participated in the drafting of San Bernardino Valley College Educational Plan this semester. On March 7th, Club Brush was held. There was a lot of student participation and student engagement, which was great. The Executive VP and ICC Chair Diami and I went ahead and took count of all of the active clubs. So I'll go ahead and let Diami take over and let you go ahead.
Yeah, so just really briefly, as mentioned, it was a really successful event held by the Associated Student Government in collaboration with ICC. And additionally, the continuous resources that we provide and the support that we provide through ASG's ICC continues to yield results with new clubs being formed on a daily. So,
Thank you. So on March 31st, April 2nd, a few members of the San Bernardino Valley College Associated Government recently attended the SSCCC General Assembly held in Long Beach. And during our time at the General Assembly, student representatives voted for resolutions and attended workshops to gain a greater understanding of communication strategies, complex community college policies, and student advocacy efforts at the state and regional level. So that was great. Additionally, the San Bernardino Valley College Associated Student Government was able to strengthen its relationships with Crafton's Associated Student Government during the General Assembly. And on Friday, March 31st, elections were held. Diami Ruiz Martinez was elected as the Regional Affairs Director, and I was elected as the Legislative Affairs Director for Region 9. So as it stands, we now represent a total of 13 colleges. On Saturday, April 1st, Dr. Daisy Gonzalez gave a presentation and briefly met with San Bernardino Valley College and Crafton Associated Student Government to congratulate us on our new positions. And workshops were held from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in which ASG was present. We did participate in those. And it was just a great experience overall for the students that were able to participate. So that concludes my report, and I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next is Crafton Hills College Academic Senate.
Good evening, everyone. I see that you did not get Diana and I's memo about what you have to wear to a board meeting, but it's okay. It's all right. I listen. No. Yes. So welcome again. Welcome to our campus. I know quite a few people got to be here on Tuesday where the weather was much nicer. It was very beautiful on Tuesday. Today, not so much, but we're so glad that you were able to join us. And I echo Davina's sentiment about the training, the collegiality in action. It was, I thought, a good information, and I think it's a good first step. I think it gave us the starting point to continue that conversation about how we work with faculty, administration, and get all of the needs and to meet all of our goals. My report is not 4 pages long because we have only 2 meetings left. We are trying to finish up everything that we can and get it done. But I will say that we are also finishing up our work on our EMP, so we should meet that May goal as well. And we're starting to look at a summer bridge program. We're going to do a pilot program for a summer bridge program. So we have English and counseling faculty who are participating in that. So we are looking forward to that new program for our campus. Let's see, other things. The academic co-senate presidents will be attending the ASCCC conference, plenary conference next weekend, where we will be looking at resolutions to kind of address some of the needs for faculty, equity, statewide, both regional, local, those kind of things. So that is something that we will be doing next week. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention was, again, we are very excited about the free classes and free books. So faculty are diligently, I think, talking to everyone. I called all my friends. I was like, take it. I'm going to make my son take classes. He's a student here at Crafton, but he wasn't planning on taking a class this summer. I'm like, oh, yes, you are. My daughter is in high school, so she's going to be coming in as a dual enrollment. I'm like, you're taking all the classes, right? Because it's free, exactly. So again, I think that is something that has been really well received. And I think the faculty are definitely spreading that word as much as possible. So I'm hoping we see lots and lots of numbers for summer. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next is Crafton Hills College Classified Senate.
Hello. I wanted to take a moment to introduce myself. I'm Karen Peterson, and at the beginning of March, I stepped into the role of Vice President of the Classified Senate, and last week I became the acting president. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing, but I'm excited to be here with all of you, and I just wanted to let you know about a few things that we do have coming up. We are in the middle of our elections now, so in the next couple of weeks, we will know who is going to be the president beyond this month. So that is very exciting. We are sending hopefully a group, at least one, to the Classified Leadership Institute in the exotic town of Visalia, California, in June. That will be really exciting. And also in June is our Classified Professionals Week. We are doing that June 12th to the 15th. We're kicking off with a guest speaker on Monday. We're going to have a week of workshops, and then we're going to finish it out with a lunch on that Thursday. And we will be making sure to invite all of you to that. So thank you all so much.
Okay, next up is Crafton Hills College Associated Students.
Hello. Thank you, Chancellor. Thank you, trustees, for attending this college. And this happens to be my sociology class. So I'm hoping you're liking this class as much as I do. And my name is Angel Campo. I'm part of the Student Senate here at Crafton, and here's some few noteworthy accomplishments. So Crafton Hills had the chance to be a leader and partner in addressing regional issues when our Senate sent 9 students to SSCCC General Assembly in Long Beach and participated in resolution decisions and workshops. It was an amazing and extremely informative experience that gave us the opportunity to advocate for issues we are passionate about and connect with other community colleges. And second is that the San Bernardino Valley College ASG has extended an invitation to Crafton Hills College Student Senate so that the 2 sister campuses may better connect. We are in the process of planning a dinner that will bring the 2 organizations together to promote positive collaborations. Third one is that as a Senate, we have the opportunity to review and provide feedback on our school educational master plan. Because it will not be updated again for 5 years, we are working hard to advocate for current issues students are facing and making sure they are addressed to the plan. Fourth is that this month, the CHG Student Senate has begun its election process to ensure greater level of involvement and inclusion. And applications and elections will each be available for a week. We have an in-person election day planned for May 3rd, where we will provide incentive for students to vote. We have also collaborated with our campus multicultural club to be present and provide incentives on Multicultural Day for May 4th for students to cast their votes. It's not part of here, but I am applying to be president for the Crafton Hills College Student Senate, so I hope I get there. And lastly is that yesterday, 2 Crafton students, myself and Trustee Alexander, attended the SSCCC April Advocacy event in Sacramento. And just one last thing, it's not part of here, but I just wanted to say that I have been newly elected for the Region 9 Treasurer for the SSCCC, and I hope to make it as successful as it was in the last years and in the future. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, next up is CSEA. Maybe no report. CTA? Oh, did I go too fast? Oh, no.
No.
Okay. Okay.
CTA.
Okay.
I want to thank the board for having us this time to talk to you all. I'm Robert McAtee. I'm the union full-time rep. I've been a counselor here for 24 years, and Chancellor, I want to back the previous speaker, the faculty, Jesse Lemieux, regarding electrolyte parity. It's an important piece for our faculty who are teaching the science and the art. They have a hard time as far as handling the class, so it's a workload issue from my understanding as I'm getting the information. So we want to make sure that the board takes it seriously, what we're trying to negotiate with our district. The other thing that we want to do is, what got me to the board was advocating for our adjunct faculty, our part-timers. I know Chancellor Rodriguez, Trustee Harrison, Student Trustee Alexander, they understand the importance of part-time faculty. They're a huge support. The 24 years I've been here, they've been backing us in all our goals and our projects that take forward, at least at Crafton. I know there's a lot of district movement with Starfish. They've been big help within the district. As myself being the implementation lead for Starfish, they were a big help for rolling out that tool to our campus. And from my understanding, we're one of the recognized as the top 5 districts using that tool. Okay, another example of our part-timers helping our full-timers, and our goals will be guided pathways. One of our lead faculty members of guided pathways at our school, Crafton Hills College, is adjunct part-timer, Sheila Scott. So she's pushing forward and advocating for our district initiative for guided pathways. So there's many things our part-timers are working on behalf of our goals, helping with our enrollment. I know enrollment's a big piece, Dr. Oran, and they're pushing forward and getting out there and doing outreach, working with SOAR. They're bringing in more students for our enrollment to address those issues. So I want to be sure it's known to the Board of Trustees, we need your support at the negotiation tables to help our part-timers with health benefits. There's over $200 million coming from the state. It's being given to us. We know that Southwestern College down in San Diego, they've approved to have that money to support the adjunct faculty there. So they are the flagship, maybe a guide for us to follow and trust that the districts, not the district, but the state level is going to allow us to have that money. I know there's talk about we can't trust the state level to give us the money to be able to support our part-timers with health benefits, but we're trusting the state level to provide us money for student housing and our paychecks. Those are huge things that money's coming from the state.
Your turn
So we
is
need your
complete.
support on that at the negotiation table. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next, we're on to Police Officers Association, and I know we have a written report as well. Thank you for that.
Good evening. Today's a pretty great day for the POA. Our first CBA agreement has just been achieved and approved by the board. So we're hoping this is going to be a great turnaround for our department, for the culture, for our officers. And now it's in our responsibility to make use of our contract and build the association, build the department, improve safety for our campuses and for the district. Just like to say big thank you to our HR department, to the teams that helped us put this together. It's been a long step. It's been 3 years and it's finally approved. It expires in June, so we're looking forward to that again. But hopefully it'll be easier this time. We're not building it from the ground up. We have a good foundation now. So we look forward to that. And again, thank you. Unfortunately, our president actually just left, so she wasn't able to meet to see this happen, but she was definitely instrumental in making that happen. So Stephanie Babineau, she has left the department, actually left law enforcement entirely. So if you see her around, say thank you to her and congratulate her and welcome her to greater ventures. So we currently sit at 4 police officers with 1 in training. Hopefully we can get those numbers up from there, but that's our report. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're on to staff reports. Executive Director of KVCR.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, Madam Chancellor. Good evening, Mr. President, and good evening to all the trustees. I'm Connie Leyva. I guess I'm still the new Executive Director. I've been here about 4 months at KVCR. A special thank you to Trustee Harrison. I think you were the one who suggested we give a report. So thank you. I appreciate that very much. And thank you for approving our mission and vision statement. They will be on the website probably tomorrow, if not tonight. So one of our goals at KVCR, I tell people we are the hidden gem. We want to continue to be a gem. We just don't want to be hidden anymore. We want everyone to know about us and all the great things that we're doing. So with that in mind, we have had many tours and many people coming through to see what we're about. Do I have the timer? I don't want to go over my time. Okay.
It's okay.
Oh, okay, thank you. I just saw that. I'm like, I don't want to be that person, especially not on my first report. The San Bernardino County School Superintendent Ted Alejandre came and visited our school, KVCR, the studio, what we're doing. I know that Trustee Stephanie, I'm sorry.
Houston.
Houston,
No,
thank
you're
you. Knows about all the great things you're doing with students and the videos that you're doing. We are hoping to work with you and partner and show some of those so that we know what our students are up to throughout the county. We are also working with the county on Learn With Me. I think it's very exciting that during spring break, we had many of the teachers who are going to be featured in our Learn With Me videos. They were there and they were filming, and it's always great when people are in the studio and there's a lot of activity. For those of you who haven't seen a green screen done, please come by sometime when we are doing it. It's really quite fascinating. We at KVCR attended Wolverine Con at Valley College, which was great. This is put on by the students. One of our interns, Mariana Lapiscio, she had her film Blood Ties entered, and it's a multilingual film, and she won 2 awards, the Grand Jury Award and Best Directing. We are very proud of her, and I'm actually going to bring her next month just to introduce her to you. We continue to build community relationships because we think that is very important. We met with Delta Theta Sorority. We had a second meeting with them today. We are going to do a video with them and for them, which is one of the things we can do at KVCR. So we're very excited about that. We also met with Anthony Victoria with Frontline Observer, and we're finding ways to collaborate with him and what he's doing out in the community. The Weingart Foundation is a foundation that works on social justice and gives grants to different entities who are also working on social justice. So we're hoping to partner with them. The Inland Empire Labor Council, for those of you who don't come out of labor, you may not know who that is. There are 23 labor councils in the state of California. The unions in that particular area belong to that particular Central Labor Council. So this one for our area came and toured. They represent thousands of workers in the Inland Empire. They took a tour. They were very impressed. We think we may be able to work with them on some videos, some underwriting, a variety of different things. On March 15th, we were invited to the Inland Empire Workforce and Education Summit. I gave a speech there. It's not about that, but it's about the relationships we make when we go. We met a woman by the name of, she goes by Kay at Tinker the Robot, and she is into STEM for young girls. She talked about how we always do math, 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 and then all of a sudden at the end, you might get to build something. She said, no, we're going to flip it and we're going to build something. We'll back the math in so we get kids excited. So we're looking forward to working with her and doing some projects in the future. We had our first Inland Futures Foundation meeting for the year. Earlier, we had that in March, and we are all planned out, and we'll have the rest planned out for the rest of this year. We're in Radio Pledge Drive right now. Who knows what that is, and have you called in and pledged your amount? I was on the air yesterday. It was super fun. I had not done that before. This is one of our primary funding sources at KVCR. So if you go to kvcrnews.org, you too can become a member and you can pledge. So thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to seeing you next month. If you haven't done a tour at KVCR recently, come see us anytime.
Thank you.
Can I make a comment?
Next is our.
Can I make a comment?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I think for the first time, because I've been here for a long, long time, for the first time I feel, I think Gloria and I go back 40 years. But anyway, the first time that I believe that KVCR is doing a fantastic job. We have had a number of individuals come and try to do things because they attempted, but they had no knowledge of. So I'm very proud to know that Connie and Manny are doing a great job. I had an opportunity to bring in someone who wants to do who has written several books. They want to make a film on him, Luis Fuerte, and met with Connie and Manny, and he's excited to work with them. So that's the type of energy and direction that we've been needing at KVCR with no extra cost in terms of some people want to talk to them because they want a job. Well, this guy says, I don't want a job. I'm already 70-some years old. So I want to thank him for bringing that enthusiasm, that motivation. And, if you want to, some say that if you want to go to heaven, you have to make sure that you've gone through KVCR tour. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you. So we have for our San Bernardino Valley College president, we do have a written report tonight. So we will go to our Crafton Hills College president, who's hosting it.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you for all of you trekking through the traffic due to the Redlands Bike Classic and being here this evening. I have a few items to report on. Additionally, I want to thank Cindy St. Jean, Stacy Neakak, Heather Ford, Roger Robles, Anthony White for all the work they've done to coordinate this new technology at the meeting. It's outstanding. I'm glad we're getting to test it here. And so thank you for all those efforts. A couple of things to report. Very pleased to tell you that on March 30th, students from our respiratory care program, we were able to enter 2 teams into the regional Sputnam Bowl. This is a competition of respiratory care students that are from both 2-year and 4-year institutions. Both of our teams ended up in the finals competing against each other, and we got 1st and 2nd place in the regional, and we will be going to the finals in May. I just want to thank Daniel Rojas and Michael Sheehan for their leadership in that program. They continue to do great things. And I'm sorry, that was related to goal number 3, being a regional leader. Goal number 4, fiscal accountability. Have to thank our institutional advancement department, Michelle Riggs, Carrie Audet, Celine Meter, Christina Perez, Cynthia Calderon Cruz, and Leslie Swindell for the outstanding gala that they held last week. They did an amazing job and raised just shy of $190,000 that will go directly to support students. It was a phenomenal. Thank you for many of you who are in the room who pledged to join President Circles and bought tickets to the event. It was very much appreciated. And a hearty congratulations to Chair Houston for being selected as our 2023 Alumni of the Year. We've had a wonderful kickoff for our Gay Pearl events this month. We've had 2 major events so far in the month. One we just had yesterday with Dr. John Paul Higgins, addressing issues around transgender identity. And next week we'll be hosting author Lori Frankel, who is the author of our One Book, One College book this year. This is the How It Always Is. And students will get to meet with the author during the daytime, and there's a special event for President's Circle members to meet with the author that evening, and we're looking forward to hosting her as well. And this is hot off the press. This is my last thing that I have. I'm going to read this from the Campaign for College Opportunity. It says, congratulations, Crafton Hills College has been named a 2023 champion for excelling in equitable course placement in Black English enrollment. Crafton Hills College has successfully supported 100% of Black students to enroll directly into transfer level English coursework. I want to thank the English department, the counseling department, the admissions and records department for working together to help eradicate our disproportionate outcomes. And this is a huge step in recognizing that work. So thank you very much.
Thank you. That's huge. Thank you. And we're going to move to Vice Chancellor of Human Resources and Police Services report.
Good afternoon. I have a brief report from our area. I just wanted to let everyone know that San Bernardino Community College District has joined with Rancho San Diego Community College District, and we will be hosting a conference together. And this is our first time joining with them, and we're going to be hosting CultureCon. CultureCon is a group that has met in all of the other states, and this will be the first time we will be bringing CultureCon to the state of California, and we are one of the only 2 community college districts that has partnered. And so as part of our partnership, we have 8 free tickets, which we have offered to members of our HRDEIA committee, because it's not just human resources who's responsible for helping institute our DEIA framework, but we want to invite our faculty, staff, and our managers that serve on that committee to join us for the conference. And so some of the conference example sessions will be the uncomplicated implementation of a DEIA framework, the power of network, self-awareness, and influence, and more than words and KPIs, how to create a culture that people believe in. So we are excited to join with Rancho Santiago Community College District, but our hope is the next time it's in California, that it's going to be in our region, so that way we can make sure that we show that SBCCD knows how to do this work, and we are doing it through a framework where we are collaborating with each other. That is my report for today.
And Vice Chancellor of Educational and Student Support Services.
No update, thank you.
Okay. With that, we're on to information items. If there's are any information items that any of the trustees would like to discuss. Otherwise, we will, I think I have to read things now. Hold on. We're going to get there. Oh, I have to read. Okay, there's a lot. Okay, so we are going to be going into closed session. So we have several items. So the first one is conference with labor negotiators, Government Code 54957.6, agency representatives Diana Rodriguez and Christina Hannon, CSEA, CTA, POA, management/supervisors, and confidential employees. Next will be Public Employee Discipline Dismissal Release Non-Reemployment, Government Code 54957, case. Next would be Conference with Legal Counsel, Anticipated Litigation, Government Code 54956.9D2, 2 cases. Next would be Conference with Legal Counsel, Existing Litigation, Government Code 54956.9E3, or D1, 1 case. Next is Public Employee Performance Evaluation, Government Code 54957B1, title Chancellor. And next is Conference with Real Property Negotiators, Government Code 54956.8, properties 1888 East Highland Avenue, San Bernardino, California, and 441 West 8th Street, San Bernardino, California. The agency negotiators, Jose F. Torres, Executive Vice Chancellor, and Constance Schwint of Atkinson, Andelson, Loyola, Rude, and Romo, District Legal Counsel. Negotiating parties, unidentified number of potential buyers who may buy the property through public bid process. Under negotiation, instructions to negotiators will concern price and terms of payment for the sale of property. This is an opportunity for members of the public to address the board concerning closed session items. Okay, the time is 5:37. I'm looking at 5:37. All these numbers. 5:37, and I will close the public meeting and convene the board to closed session in the closed session room. And this is my gavel. Okay. Numbers. It is 6:29, and we will reconvene the meeting, and we have one report out.
Thank you. On April 13, 2023, the Board of Trustees convened in closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8 and discussed
Your
with its
microphone's
real
not on
property negotiators.
Oh, you turn your, yeah, there we go.
And discuss with its real property negotiators price and terms of payment
It's still not on.
associated with.
Oh, yeah, it's
It's
just
on,
blinking.
yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what to say. Is it recording properly?
Here, try this one.
Okay. Just so it's properly bound into the minutes, I will reread that on April 13th, 2023, the Board of Trustees convened in closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8 and discussed with its real property negotiators price and terms of payment associated with the proposed sale of the district's 8th Street property. The Board of Trustees, having received only one bid which does not conform to the minimum amount, voted 5 aye, 0 no, 0 abstentions, and with trustees Williams and Longville absent, to reject the bid.
Thank you. So with that, our next meeting of the board is a business meeting on May the 11th, 2023 at 4 p.m. in the SBCCD boardroom. And it is 6:31, and without objection, this meeting is adjourned.